Right now, you're processing these words without even trying. Language flows through your brain like water through a river. But here's the thing. For most of human history, that river didn't exist. Your ancestors lived, loved, hunted, and survived for hundreds of thousands of years without a single word. No names, no stories, no way to say danger or I love you. So how did they do it? How did they coordinate hunts, warn each other of predators, and raise children, all in total silence? The answer isn't what you'd expect. Let's go back, way back. 300,000 years ago, your ancestors were anatomically human. Same brain size, same body, same you, but with no words to think with. Imagine waking up tomorrow and every word you know, gone. Not forgotten, never existed. You can still feel hungry. You can still feel afraid. But you can't name those feelings. You can't tell anyone about them. That's not a metaphor. That was daily life. And here's where it gets interesting. They weren't helpless. They were surviving in one of the most dangerous environments on Earth, surrounded by lions, hyenas, and rival human groups. Something was working. But what? First, their eyes. Humans have the largest eye whites of any primate. Look at a chimp. Their eyes are almost entirely dark. But yours? You can see exactly where someone is looking from across a room. This wasn't an accident. Evolution sculpted your eyes to communicate silently. Your ancestors could coordinate without sound. A glance left, a quick look down, eyes widening in fear. No predator could intercept that signal. No enemy could overhear it. It was the original encrypted message, and you still use it. Every time you catch someone's eye across a crowded room, that's 300,000 years of evolution firing. But eyes alone weren't enough. Your ancestors were masters of body language. They had to be. Every emotion, every intention, every warning had to travel through muscle and motion. Think about that. If your child was in danger, you couldn't yell, "Stop." You had to move. A hand shooting out, a sudden lunge, your face twisting in fear. And the child understood instantly. Here's the part nobody talks about. Your body still speaks this ancient language. When you cross your arms in a meeting, you're not making a choice. You're running software that's older than speech. When someone lies to you, their micro-expressions leak the truth. You can't control it. Neither could they. The body never learned to lie. But here's where survival got creative. Your ancestors developed something we barely use anymore: shared attention. Picture this. You spot a snake in the grass. You can't say snake. So what do? You freeze. You stare. And everyone around you instantly looks where you're looking. That's not trained behavior. That's instinct. Humans are the only species that reliably follows another's gaze. We're wired to share focus. In silence, this was everything. One person spots a lion. Suddenly, 12 people are watching that lion. No words needed. The group became a single sensing organism, 12 pairs of eyes, one mind. And then there was touch. We don't think of touch as communication. But for your ancestors, it was the only way to say certain things. Comfort, trust, love. You can't gesture, "I'm here for you." You can't eye contact your way through grief, so they touched. Grooming wasn't just hygiene, it was therapy. Hours spent running fingers through hair, picking dirt from skin. This released oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the same one that floods your brain when you hug someone you love. Your ancestors couldn't say, "I care about you," so they showed it with their hands every single day. But what about complex ideas, planning, memory? This is where it gets wild. Your ancestors thought in images, not words. When you close your eyes and picture your childhood home, that's not language. That's pure visual memory. They could replay hunts in their minds. Remember which plants were poisonous. Recognize hundreds of faces. all without a single noun or verb. In fact, some researchers believe pre-linguistic thought was more vivid than ours, less cluttered with words, more direct. When your ancestors saw a sunset, there was no label between them and the experience, just the sunset, pure. So here's the twist you've been waiting for. You haven't lost any of this. Your body still speaks the ancient language every day. When you feel someone watching you before you turn around, when a room goes quiet and you sense tension, when you know someone's lying before they finish their sentence, that's not intuition. That's 300,000 years of survival software running in the background. Your ancestors' silence made you who you are. The next time you understand something without words, pay attention. Your body is remembering a time before language existed, and it never forgot. For hundreds of thousands of years, your ancestors thrived without a single word. They built families, survived predators, and passed down knowledge, all in silence. And every instinct they developed lives in you right now. Next time, we're exploring something even older, the reason you can't sleep in total silence. Your ancestors knew why, and so will you.